Welcome to Marketing Fridays, where it's all about profiling interesting individuals and stories and learning from each other and just getting to know everyone's journey. Today we're coming to you from Worx Group here inside, and we are with John Paul here, who is co-founder and CEO. John, welcome.
Thanks, Nico.
Yeah.
Cool. Glad to be here.
Lovely space you have here.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We like it. Lots of
Yeah.
bright sunlight, lots of
Yeah.
open space.
Yeah.
We sit close to one another. We get a chance to kind of listen to each other, work off each other's energy.
Yeah.
We do hide away behind headphones when it gets a bit busy, but no, it's cool. I like it. It's got a sense of creativity, but it's a busy shop, right? We're not trying to pose. We're not trying to be too clever. We've got some work to do here, so
And it needs to be done.
it needs to be done, right?
Yeah.
And it needs to be a fun place that people like to work, but it's work, right? We've got clients looking to us to get things done. So it's not all playtime.
So what does Worx Group do? Just for everyone, just to understand what you do.
So we describe ourselves as a leading events and marketing agency
Okay.
in growth mode and future bound,
Okay.
which is a complicated way of saying we are really good at building big corporate events,
Okay.
but we understand that those things are growth tools to engage with your customers, and that actually the future lies in our hands today. So being able to use future platforms. Eventing is an old world business, right? Getting together with people is it's been around forever.
Yeah, yeah.
How it's done today, much more digitally savvy, much more organized, much more content driven. So we think we're a smart event management company.
Awesome.
Medium sized though, so we're not huge.
Okay.
15 or 16 professional people.
Okay.
Good client book, but not by far the biggest, but certainly one of the most ambitious.
Yeah, yeah. And then tell me, so how did this all start? How did you just wake up one day and start an agency? Did you work somewhere else?
No, so actually I was always a guy, in school at varsity or when you were hanging out with mates, there was always one guy who organized everything, right?
Yeah.
Others would try, but it would usually be bad. And then there was always one guy who did it and it was always awesome.
Yeah.
I was the guy who did it and it was awesome.
Okay, cool.
So then I just kind of went with the flow. I went to varsity, I studied business sciences. I'm not a marketer by trade, I'm actually an economist and a finance guy. So I'm more the accountant in the marketing role than the marketing role in the accountant.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of got to grips with the fact that this was actually a thing people would buy, and if they used it properly, they could get real business results. So I then partnered with my wife. My wife is my business partner, an absolute machine in our industry. She's easily one of the best I've seen.
Okay.
And we started small. We started in the spare bedroom of my home, our home. I don't know, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. And,
Sure.
just got cracking and just got stuck in. But today, what we do today is dramatically different to what we did back then.
Because the landscape has changed.
It is, and the motivation for why we do what we do is still there. The ability to really engage people through live experiences. In fact, it's over-indexing now. The wheel has turned thanks to social media and thanks to digital, is that people actually are looking for in real life experiences as a result of exposure to them on the platform. So, but the landscape today is it's a much more professional environment to have to be in. So the fun guy who organized your party or your big night out, it's not the play anymore. Although the kind of festival environment is dialing back in as well, so big brands are looking at that stuff for that very reason, right? That engagement and real connection is a contemporary asset, so it's a big deal. It's a cool industry to play in now.
All right, and then let's talk about the topic for this month's session. Just looking at the marketing landscape and how everything.
That's a good segue into what I just said. So for me, one of the interesting things is that firstly, I love talking to young people, entrepreneurs and marketing people who are coming into the industry. They come with such vibrancy and such energy that I get to learn more than I get to teach.
Yeah.
But the thing I think is missing in the conversation or narrative today is just how professional marketing has become.
Correct.
Right? That guy I described in myself 20 years ago,
The woo-woo guy.
that guy ain't going to make it today, right?
Yeah.
He may, but he or she's going to have a much more difficult journey to achieve things.
Yeah.
Your ability to understand kind of the contemporary language of authenticity or genuinely being able to connect to a brand, understanding digital platforms, the science of marketing today is much more demanding than ever before. And the demanding role of marketing at executive level and at board level to build real business results for a company is way over indexing. And I don't think young people have got a full understanding of it. So I have a chance to talk that stuff through, and maybe I can sketch out a bit of a landscape for them as to what it's going to look like over the next 10 to 15 years for them, so they can kind of recalibrate their own ideas of what's coming.
Sure. Okay, cool. And then lastly, obviously you've built an amazing agency here with your partner and everyone that's working here. Lovely people, by the way. So,
Thank you.
What advice would you give to somebody that wants to get into an industry like this? Wants to do something similar to what you're doing, So as we wrap up, just your advice to...
Cool. So this is the kind of stuff I'm going to finish up with next Friday.
Cool.
But so there are a couple of things. One, patience.
Okay.
If the young people are too enthusiastic to just switch it on without enough experience of how it's done. Network. Yeah. You need, especially in what I just described, that your network needs to be significantly bigger than it's ever been before. And then finally, you need to really understand what your real talent is.
Correct.
The marketing platforms have largely become commoditized, so you have to be able to over-index with your own talent, right? You've got to be able to pop. Your skill has to be, and I don't mean be an influencer, that's commoditized too now, right? That thing that makes your talent different to everybody else's, and a brand manager or an agency owner could look at and go, that young person understands this thing, that connects, grab that. And I've got a couple of good examples I want to chat through with the guys, so those three things. I hope so, yeah. So as I say, I like to learn as much as I like to talk, so I won't talk too much. I'm much more interested in kind of listening to questions, and let's kick it around a bit. It should be fun. Looking forward to it. Thanks for the invitation to do it. I'm pleased to do it.
Thank you for willingness to come through, and thank you for hosting us here today.
Pleasure. Glad to do it.
All right.
Cool.
All right, so there you have it. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn as Marketing Fridays. Check out our website, www.marketingfridays.com, where you can get in touch with us, check out all the things that you can do and all that stuff. So cheers, Ciao.